You break things down so well. I have to ask you then, what do you think about Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, and how would you break it down analytically like you just broke down some of the other things you mentioned?
You know, I see Manny Pacquiao using his speed. We know that Mayweather is very crafty. He knows how to get out. He's very slippery, and he holds. One thing that people don't give him a lot of credit for is how he strategically holds a fighter so that they can break and he can get back on his feet, get back on the outside. So Manny's gonna I'm interested in how Floyd's going to deal with Manny's speed. I'm interested in how Manny's going to deal with Floyd's speed. I expect Floyd to pop shot that right hand down the pipe all night, line it up, and fire. He's going to use the jab, he's going to stiff it down to the solar plex the way that Floyd likes to do so that he can mix up his power shots. But I expect Floyd to be on his toes and to be pop shotting. I don't expect combinations out of Floyd Mayweather. I expect a lot of movement and a lot of strategic punching and strategic holding and maneuvers to stay out of danger of Manny Pacquiao. Now, Manny Pacquiao being able to throw punches from some awkward angles, I think those punches are going to benefit him in the fight. You know, I think it'd be wise for Manny to come in with a little bit of feinting and head movement. I think that he's definitely a tougher opponent than Marcos Maidana, and it's going to be an interesting fight. I lean towards Floyd. He hasn't shown us anything to doubt, to believe that he is still pound for pound the king, and that, you know, he's TBE that he claims to say that he is.
So Mayweather likes to counter, especially a lot with that right hand. You mentioned Manny throws from different angles. Who's going to win that battle then? Is Manny going to be able to sneak him in there because he throws so quickly from different angles, or is Mayweather still going to be able to visualize them and counter them and offset them? Because Marquez, one of the great things that he did was he was able to counter punch Pacquiao, but of course they fought 4 times, so he had time to adapt to that.
He did have time to adapt. He knew exactly what he was getting in the ring with. Where Floyd is vulnerable. If you watch any of his fights, he's vulnerable for the first 3 rounds, highly vulnerable, and I think that's going to play favor in a Manny Pacquiao. But he figures people out very quickly. Is he going to be able to do the same thing with Manny, or is Manny going to make it a difficult night where it's going to take longer for Floyd to adjust? And even if he does adjust, you know, is he gonna be able to pick up the rounds? I think if Manny really wants to win, it's high work rate, volume. Take the counter. Take it. He's not Marquez. He's not going to knock you out, okay? Floyd hasn't gotten knocked out for a very long time. I know he's gone through several different hand problems throughout his career. He's older. I think he likes to preserve his hands to the best of his ability, and he throws what I call scoring blows. One that is strong enough to pop the head back and make it clear for the judges to see, but not one that you cannot walk through and continue to fight. So Manny is going to have to come prepared to take a few counters, throw those combinations,
and just outwork them.
But it's in his favor that after he outworks them, to try to step back without getting countered. Because if he does throw a 5-punch combination and on the way out he gets hit with a counter, which one is the judges going to favor? Floyd's right hand counter that looks beautiful every single time, or Manny's combination? So honestly, May 2nd is a fight a lot of fans have been waiting for. It's going to be a terrific fight. I know I'm going to be here on that night. It's great for the world of boxing. It's great for the sport, and it's great to see 2 world-class fighters and 2 champions like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao going toe-to-toe.
Speaking of that, though, Mayweather's going for Maidana, who's physically stronger but really slow, and even Guerrero before that's not the fastest fighter, to Manny. As a fighter, if you've had a year and a half, 2 years in a row of one speed of fighter, and all of a sudden you got a guy a lot faster, is it going to take him even longer to adjust to that speed, do you think?
Possibly. Like I said, you know, Floyd normally can adjust within 3 rounds. And I know when I was watching the Canelo fight, Floyd was taking risks. He was leading with left hooks that were not connecting. And if he does the same thing to Manny Pacquiao, Pacquiao actually might have a chance to counter because he does have speed. He has more speed than Canelo Alvarez, than Robert Guerrero. and Marcos Maidana. So this matchup is just very intriguing. I mean, we can talk a lot about it, man, but May 2nd is just a night to watch, most definitely.
Keith,